Welcome to War 9, Season 24, and this one's a pretty big one. We're up against Noon, who's first, and we're down a man, so I'm getting 8 fights. Some of them I've never done before, some just on theory. I start off with a Doom, then Punisher 2099. Doom's a little concerning, Punisher 29 not so much. This Hyperion on Encroaching Stun. Encroaching Stun can always get messy. Dragonman, no big deal. Manthing, no big deal. Then this apoc, have a return of that. That's going to be a fun one because the global is protect. So the large champions get protection, so I'm going to have to intercept to remove those. And then I got 2 minis, that Killmonger, which will be fun, and then the Sorcerer, which not a big deal. So I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit hyped, but I'm ready to go. So right from the start, I'm just like, gonna go with the big boosts. So up against #1 currently ranked Ally in War. If we can beat them, then that gives us a chance at, being able to, at least secure, or at least have a really good chance at top 3, if not even second or first. So I go in, place the pre-fight on him, then I back out, and then I'll check again, make sure the pre-fight's on. It's just something I do, and then crash. I could not believe this. I was so pumped, so ready, had my mind right, I was ready to go. And then crash. I tweeted this out, and I was so mad. So mad. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back in. If I'm not half health, it's okay. I'm half health. My pre-fight's gone. I've lost an attack bonus. Half health, so I'm gonna have to heal up. I probably took, 10 or 20 minutes off. I was irate. I don't really get mad much about things, but that just straight up is a dagger. So going into this fight, I start off with a plan of, I don't have the pre-fight, so I don't have flame on, so that's going to limit my damage. So what I need to do is block a lot and get my smolders up at the start. So that was my plan. He kind of threw heavies a little bit easier than I wanted, but it's kind of whatever. And then after that, I was mostly not going to worry about baiting his special 1. I was going to worry about baiting his special 2 and just keeping the aggression fury down. That's the #1 thing you got to do with that fight, is keep the aggression fury down, or you can get slapped really easily on even just a parry hit. It's an exponential fury. So anyway, I came back in even without flame on, and I knocked it out. So feeling a little bit better. This fight, I used rulk here instead of either of the other 2 champs. Because because it's power alternator, but it's power focus 1. So I was like, okay, I can handle this fine. So my plan was to just throw special 1s to increase my damage with rulk, whereas with torch and magic, I wouldn't really want to be throwing special 1s. So I was like, yeah, rulk's better, and plus he's tankier, so I can just be fine. So here I'm just trying to bait out the special 1. He got kind of close to 2 bars of power, and so I was like, all right. But overall, this fight, overall, it's just pretty simple, and so you just go for reparries or for heavy baits, and there you can see I finished a combo and he immediately threw the special 1. So it's whatever, though. I got through that fight just fine. This next fight really had me worried. Even though it's only a 5-star, you see 6 stars all the time. He's protect. So with magic, I'm going to have to intercept, be able to remove those protections. So, but then there's encroaching stun. So not only do I have to deal with the you know, global intercept, but I also have the encroaching stun to deal with. And so it's a lot going on in this fight. And honestly, I'm not the best whenever too many moving parts get activated, because I'm better whenever I can focus on just countering one thing. When I can just focus on countering one thing, I'm not bad. But so things start off okay for me here. And I'm feeling pretty good about it overall. And I used the SB1 boost because, well, I don't really want to die, and I'm trying to do all I can to pump this up. So I just, at the start, I'm like, I'm not going to worry too much about him on the protection. I want to get the power lockdown first, and then I want to kind of start keeping an eye on the encroaching stun. So there, you can see I got the intercept. Here, I actually thought I didn't get the encroaching stun timed right. So yeah, this I'm just not really gonna talk too much, because this really goes sideways in the most horrible ways. And I'm just like, I need to work on my comfortability with the encroaching stun timer in relation to Magik's SB2, because the timer isn't, you know, that like right there, I thought I had the time right. I didn't. So here I am stunned, and I'm just getting smashed away, and I'm like, oh, come on, Limbo. Oh, all right. And at this point, I'm like, special three, get the heck out of this crap. So I'm like doing no damage this entire time, and I'm just like, all right, I have no idea what's going on here. So I'm just like, all right, get the power lock back down, get the intercept. And that right there, I'm a little bit pissed off. So here I throw the special 2, and I'm like, oh crap, let's throw the special 1. Like, I've got to work on that encroaching stun timer. I already know I'm going to get flack on this fight for this one. Like, I didn't even show this one to my battle group or to the rest of the alliance. I'm like, this one was a S show, if you know what I mean by an S show. So I'm like, I'm still alive, and we're 2 minutes in. All right, I think I finally got it. Okay, I've got the encroaching stun timer. Oh crap, and I got hit in the face again. Like, I got a little excited on finally getting the encroaching stun timer right, and I got sloppy. So this is just so awful. I'm like, gosh, can I get an intercept? And I finally get an intercept, and I'm so happy. I'm like, oh, there's another one. This is over. Oh, thank gosh. This fight was awful, and I'm going to get so much flack for this fight. Like, how did you not die? So after that, it's a few hours until my next fights, 2 or 3, and I've got enough energy here for this dragonman and this man thing. And I wanted to throw on an invulnerability boost and just rulk through them both, because rulk doesn't trigger protect. Like, I think he might be able to do it on his SB2, but that's like it. So he's really safe for protect. And I've taken dragonman a lot, and man thing, I've fought him before, so it's not a big deal. Here I am just, you know, letting him throw the special into my block. You can see it's pretty standard on how I normally fight, you know, dragonman. So here I'm still baiting. I'm not really too worried about it. Like, all right, he got to a special 2. Come on, throw it. There we go. And he consumes the power charge to create a fury, and I'm like, that's fine. Once again, take that to the block and get rid of it. And I mean, I'm almost killing him, and I have only 20 some odd hits in. So I mean, it's a pretty simple fight. It's just really more like, you know, will he throw specials or not? So you can see here I'm doing just fine. I do I end up getting to an SB3? No, yeah. So I don't even get to a special 3. Like, that fight's pretty easy. It all just that one's just on whether or not dragonman will throw the specials or not. If he doesn't throw the specials, then, you know, it gets really complicated. But if he throws the specials, it's fine. So then here we'll go into this man thing fight. And again, this is kind of similar to the dragonman fight. I've still got the invulnerability boost on. If he's got MD, then it's gonna complicate things, but I've got the invulnerability, so I'm not really too worried about it. Just don't parry whenever the stun timer's up, and don't accidentally re-parry or something. So it's that accidental re-parry line, it's not from this fight, it's from next war, and you'll see that one in a day or two. So but you can see me, this fight's really not that bad with a rulk. It only kind of gets complicated whenever they have a high MD and you don't have an invulnerability boost, because you know every time the pustules pop, then they feed MD. They do that. So, but I wouldn't fret none. So you can see rulk just smashes right through both of those fights, and he never triggers protect. It's because a lot of his damage is from the after effect, the direct physical damage, I believe it's called. And that is so nice with, you know, a sort of safeguard setup. You saw how complicated that Hyperion fight got. So here I've reset my masteries again for, I don't know, 4th, 5th, 6th time. I don't know. For total this war, I think I swapped my masteries like 8 or 9 times. Like, it was insane. So going into this fight, it's very similar to the Hyperion fight, except I don't have encroaching stun to deal with. And my thought was, oh, no encroaching stun. I got this fight. It'll be all right. I'll be fine. All I need to do is let him hit me at the start, so I need to heal to full. You know, even if I don't, you know, I'm using the SB1. I'm going to use an SB1 boost. I've done this fight before. And then I'll just have to use intercepts to get rid of the protection. You know, it's a little bit risky, but I can do it. I'm not incompetent. I throw on the greater mystic boost because unlike the Hyperion fight, that one has power reserves. So this one I do want, you know, as much damage as possible, and to make it as easy to loop my special 2s as possible. Because I always want to have them under, once I get that power locked down, I don't want to risk having a chance of him coming out of it. So this is the second special 1 boost I use this for, and you can see my stash is getting really low. And loyalty wise, they haven't been in the loyalty store for a minute. And I had a theory on this fight that powerful from afar should trigger mystic dispersion, and I'm not really sure why it doesn't. Is it because of the little like white lines above it and below it? Like, is that why? Because, you know, that's one question I have, and I kind of would like to ask Kabam. Like, it's a buff. I know it's not expiring or ending, you know, but it sort of is. So, but it's whatever. So, I know that for the future, because I was thinking about going in here without SB1 boost, and I was just going to try to wing it. But, you know, this fight is just goes so much cleaner than the Hyperion fight. Like, if you could look at the Hyperion fight and then look at this fight, you'd be like, all right, who took over your phone and fought this one? Like, because it's pretty night and day. Like, it's so much easier without the encroaching stun to worry about. Like, I'm just smashing right through him. Like, he's wall intercepting, or he's coming out of the wall real easy. I mean, it was just a cakewalk fight. So that one, you know, I after the 2 rulk fights, you know, let me calm down a little bit, and then that one, like, all right, I'm not completely incompetent with magic. That Hyperion just got squirrely and away from me, and somehow I didn't die, and so we're all good. This fight I was actually really worried about, and I ended up talking to Clown and B Manny and Taters and someone else too. Like, I talked to a lot of people about this fight, about, you know, oh yeah, dreaming, and calculating how much damage I could do, because I had the big boosts on, and like, if you crit, you're gonna trigger rage. And I'm like, okay, well, what if I just drop the attack masteries? Well, then you probably shouldn't crit. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll just do that. And so that's what it ended up coming down to, is I dropped the attack mastery. So if you look at my mastery screen after this, you'll see like 24 or something like that all my points available. But I also cannot throw specials, and I was also warned that the heavy might trigger rage. So it's like, okay, well, I can't use heavies. I can't use specials. So this is just a very long fight, and just have to take it slow and let the flame on, because I'm not building any smolder. I'm not throwing specials to build smolder. I'm not throwing heavies to build temperature. It's just like, but this is a safe way to do it. And I was like, all right, I kind of knew all this going into the fight. So if I didn't realize all of that coming into this fight, I would have seen, like the 3 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock and been like, ooh, this isn't good. But it's all good. And one thing I should have done more is parried, because with all the Nova Flames I had on him at various times, I was reversing willpower healing. I didn't even notice that. Like you can see, like these, I think it's 700 some odd tick and 800 and 900. But I get through that fight. Sorry for the distraction. I didn't notice that when you're in the fight, you don't notice little things like that. But 72 hits. So I'm like, starting to play a lot better than after that Hyperion fight. So I'm pretty worn out at this point, to be honest. And I wanted to save that last special 1 boost in case I needed it in the future. So I threw on an invulnerability. This fight, you don't necessarily need a special 1 boost or an invulnerability boost. It just makes things safer. So here I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to eat it to the block, because I've never really attempted to evade the special 1 fully. So here, I was actually prepping for her to throw the special 2, and here I am again, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready, I got it. And so it's pretty easy to evade unless you go into a block and you think she's throwing a heavy, but she's really throwing a special or something. Yeah, like it's not hard to evade, but it's really easy to get caught. Because I've seen people get caught by it. I think I watched Taters get caught by the special 2. But this is just another magic fight, and once you get it on lockdown on this node, she's not large. It's pretty simple. I really just wasn't even worried about it, to be honest. I do wonder, though, if I could survive a special 3 without an invulnerability. I don't think I could if she was in her Fury phase, but in the other 2 phases, with how big I was boosted, I might be able to survive a special 3. But I've seen Legacy use Sorcerer before, and his special 3 seems to hit pretty hard, but I don't know if that's because of the runes and all that. I might ask someone about that. I don't know, but they're smarter than me. They're smarter people than me in 4 Loki, like lots of them. So I'll just ask them. So yeah, I went deathless, 8 fights, and just I ignore the Hyperion fight. So I'm up to 40, got up to 93 solo rate, so I'm pretty happy. I've been able to bring that back up. My PR rank's getting back up there, and I got a card. This is my first legitimate card. If you ignore the disconnect crash, this is my first fully legitimate card, and it's a gold card, which means I finished across all 30 members, number 2 in PR for this war, and so I was freaking happy. So it's an awesome looking card. I got to give the love out to Ludden Taters. And, he does these cards and comes up with awesome graphics. And oh man, it was a stressful war with so much expense, and that Hyperion fight. Oh, I don't really want to post this vid because I'm waiting for Clown to message me like, what was that? And I know it's going to be ugly, but it's all in fun. Like, we don't actually try to talk each other down ever. It's more like, how do we lift you up? And that'll be an education to someone who comes in and be like, look, you can suck pretty bad, but as long as you just don't give up and keep trying, well, you know, you'll eventually get there. So, like, yeah, well, I guess I'll be posting this here pretty soon. So, y'all have a good one.